queen of Gotham City. Talk about a romance gone wrong.
Come on, Puddin', do it!
You don't know whether Harley's gonna, like, laugh, hug you, or, like, shoot you in the face.
Stupid bats, you're ruining date night!
And then Joker's, like, even worse than that.
I think that the Joker is probably better known than the devil.
Some might say that the Joker is the most famous bad guy in the DC universe.
The trick was to be incredibly respectful of the legacy of the Joker and not tamper with that, yet at the same time reinvent the Joker. And Jared pulled that high wire act off.
What? Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
I remember when I got the call, I had this simultaneous feeling of excitement and dread, maybe is the right word, because it's not something that you really should do. Logically, this role has been interpreted so beautifully, but then there's the other side. What else can you uncover? What other parts of this story, of this life, what can you do that hasn't been done? That side of me that likes exploration, that likes adventure, that likes to push the envelope, that was set on fire immediately. I knew that I was going to have to dive really deep and go to a place that I'd never gone before.
Oh, this looks neat.
So during the process of figuring out the Joker and helping Jared create that character, I kind of had to say goodbye to Jared. There was a point where he went away and he was replaced slowly and surely by the Joker.
Are you kidding me? Some people just don't know when to die.
And it was a fascinating process to watch. Jared's this really nice guy. He's a good guy. There's a lot of depth to him. He's a very thoughtful person. The Joker is not someone you would say is a really good guy.
Oh, look at all you scary people.
And because the character of the Joker is so out there, I mean, he's an anarchist, he's crazy. Jared's process of digging as deep as he did was one in which we wanted to support.
Once he was on the set, his voice changed and he only spoke as Mr. J. Conducted himself as Mr. J. You really couldn't connect with him unless you called him J, Mr. J, Joker. And, you know, it creates an interesting set dynamic when somebody does that.
Everybody gets to sit in the chair. Start with you.
I would go into his trailer and have a conversation with him, and I remember the first time that happened, I was pausing because I realized I was actually having a conversation with Mr. J and not necessarily Jared.
That's right. Welcome. Welcome to my nightmare.
I was in another world. I was in another universe. It's exactly where I needed to be, and it was an incredible experiment, incredible exercise. So, you know, disappearing, going into that rabbit hole was something I never expected.
And when we started to discover who the Joker was and what his process was, we were all like, oh my God, this is freaking genius. I mean, what he was doing was genius.
We continued, my friend. I have a feeling.
To see the cast react to what Jared was doing in the way that they did, when they're all in a scene together, you can feel that energy. You can feel that terror that they feel about what he's gonna do next, who he is, how crazy he is.
I could tell you meant that. You're gonna be my friend.
I saw the Joker as a modern guy who lives in our world who has a lot in common with contemporary gangsters and is of that culture.
I can't wait. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
When Jared came, the makeup and the hair was the first starting point, and that ended up leading the process with him.
Free. You're free, my man.
Beautiful. Lamb chops.
One interesting thing that happened is We explored the purple suit a lot. He decided it's just too much with all of the tattoos and the hair and everything. So we pared it right down, and really it was to give Jared room to let him play the character and be not overwhelmed with stuff.
Are you sweet-talking me? I love this guy. He's so intense.
The interesting thing about this Joker, it's more like the comic books. You do see like the more traditional look of the Joker, really dark green hair, white skin. I love it because he's got the detail of metal teeth, because at some point someone knocked his teeth out. So to have a version of the Joker in this and have this cool relationship with Harley Quinn, which is relatively new to the age of comic books, it's really fun to see. It's exciting to bring that new element, I think, to film.
There is something you could do for me, Doctor.
Anything, I mean, yeah.
I need a machine gun.
A machine gun?
Harley is by far the most famous female villain in the DC universe. People have been waiting for Harley Quinn to hit the big screen.
What?
Harley Quinn's a new addition. Like only 5 or 6 years ago, she became a member of the Suicide Squad and really anchored that team in a brand new way.
What a ride!
Margot really settled into an incredibly difficult role. To be that spontaneous and be that humorous and be that soulful and be that powerful and tough, Margot worked very, 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 very hard to get there.
I'm bored. Play with me.
That is a whole lot